Alright YouTube, we're going to do the next video of what we got in our box and what most people should take with them. So first, before I get started there, everybody's going to be like, where's your cooler? Well, on mine, I got a deep enough box where I can throw my cooler up front where I don't have to get in the back. So there's where my cooler's at. Alright, moving on. So, got George here with me. We're going to go through what I got in this box, what are must-haves, and the way we got it set up. So here we go. Here we go. First things first, in our box, we got an extra belt. Definitely need an extra belt. Next, we got a tow strap, something you can wrap around a tree, be good to go. If you ever get stuck, you ever need a winch, there you go. And while we're on the same theme, we're gonna do the snatch block. First, I'm gonna show you what's this like. We've never used it, but George just got it. Snatch block here, the way this works is you take it, you run your winch cable around through there, and then when you close it up, you put your, you wrap your strap around the tree, like right through here. Here's the tree. And you take your turnbuckle and connect it all. You run your strap through here, and then what you want to do is, me and George already know that this don't work, so I'm glad we figured this out now and not on the trail. Wouldn't be a huge deal, but you're gonna need a bigger turnbuckle. You're gonna throw that in there, see how it don't fit. So, in the concept, your strap would be here. You put your turnbuckle on, and then you'd go ahead and crank it down. Don't crank it down all the way, because as you pull, it'll get tighter. So just make it a little less than snug. And then when you get done there, you pull it out. This spins. It's got a grease zerk, which is pretty sweet. It spins, keeps a lot of the pressure off your cable, and then you can winch stuff out. And plus, you get more pulling force, from what I'm told, with this. So they definitely work out good in the towing industry and stuff. If you ever get, I've been on vehicle extractions, and I've used snatch blocks, and they can save your life on getting stuff out. And they're definitely something you need to use. So we got 2 of these. It's good to have a couple. So we're just got to get some bigger ones so they fit over the end of this. Which, like I said, glad we figured it out now and not on the trail. So moving on. Moving on here, we got a bunch of Allen wrenches. All this stuff was in my box. So we'll go ahead and throw all this stuff here in a minute. Got a nice little handy dandy tool set, and of course all my stuff's messed up from the ride. No big deal, just throw it all together. No big deal. I ain't gonna spend a bunch of time messing with it because it's taking up time on video, but you got, for the most part, all your sockets and stuff. I don't really think I'm missing anything. And yeah, there you go. There's that. Close that up. Moving on. You got just the assorted bits and stuff. They come in handy, especially on the Can-Am stuff. They all take these little Torx bits and stuff, so it comes in handy. Next one, this is a big one. You got a bunch of drill bits. Definitely need some drill bits here and there. We've used them for like chains, helping guys with 4-wheelers out on the trail, so they definitely come in handy. And it's nice to have your stuff marked, to where when you look down your bag, you can see drill bits. I don't have anything marked there, but I know that was my drill bits. And then here, again, just more bits. You can never have enough bits. Plus, they don't take up much room. This one right here is kind of like my accessory one. I should mark accessory one, to where I got, you know, a wobble extension, a bunch of different size extensions. I got a tire valve stem puller, as well as a little magnet, to where if we ever need to get something out of somewhere, we got a little magnet, an extra valve cap, stuff like that. This is my, like I said, my accessory one. Definitely need all that stuff. Got my flashlight, pretty bright. Check the batteries every now and then, still on. Turn There we go. Now we got, I even got this little guy in here too, because sometimes just throw your little stuff in there. Don't take up much room, so why not bring it? An extra little strap, you never know when you're gonna need a strap. Another strap, never know when you're gonna need a strap. Got the little impact driver with a battery. Battery's 3/4. I need to charge it up, but I always disconnect it because sometimes when you're bouncing around the box, if you gotta connect it, it'll just sit there and go crazy the whole time. Keep it disconnected. Gorilla tape. I think everybody needs that. Brake fluid. It wasn't until this last ride where I started bringing brake fluid with me. And the reason I did is because after I did my tire upgrade, somehow, some way, the fitting on my brake hose came loose. And I didn't notice it until I seen in my wheel right here, I had a little bit of drip. And so I ended up checking it, seeing that it worked itself loose. Thank goodness all I had to do was tighten it up and then top it off. But I checked it pre-trip and definitely bring some brake fluid. So if you don't have it, you're done. PV blast. Lost my cap. The world of zip ties. I mean, yeah, everybody needs zip ties. Let's go into this another box. I like using Ziploc 1 gallon freezer bags. This is my air compressor. It just plugs into the buggy, and I even bring a little battery powered low pressure gauge. Throw that in there with it. You gotta have that. I mean, that goes without saying. What all you need? More zip ties. Definitely need that. I'm a little anal about stuff, so I brought all my extra lug nuts just in case, and I even got extra studs for my bead box. So I even got the extra bolts for the bead box. So I got everything with me. Where I got it all with me. Maybe somebody needs it on the trail. Maybe I need it on the trail. So I got it all ready to rock and roll. Now here's the bag of goodies. I got an assortment of bolts, hose clamps. Just stuff you never know if you're ever gonna need it. I got like 3 or 4 hose clamps in there. You never know. Hex keys, Allen wrenches. Got these in here. Got another, drivers for the impact driver. Extensions, I mean. You got a multi-purpose. This is my favorite screwdriver. You got so many different heads on this thing. It's incredible. It's an actual electrician screwdriver, but it works so well to have with you. And a Milwaukee 11-in-1 screwdriver. You can splice wire with it. I mean, it's such a good screwdriver. I know it's kind of weird to say that's my favorite screwdriver, but that's my favorite screwdriver. Gas line. There's been multiple times where I'm like, man, I need some gas line or some hose. You can use this for siphoning stuff. You can use it if if your buddy's out of gas and you're still on half a tank. You can siphon directly in from your buggy to his without having to carry a big old pump around and stuff. Tape measure. The only real reason I got the tape measure is if somebody ended up breaking something on the trail, like a tie rod or something, you can get it kind of close, measure the front and back wheel. Other than that, I really don't need a tape measure. More zip ties. Like I said, I keep everything in bags to keep it decently dry and stuff. So this right here is my tire repair kit, tire plug kit. I got the hole puncher right there. Got the thing that works the little rubbers in there, and I got the cement. More storage bags. This is my hot bunch of this is my bunch of stuff. So miscellaneous tools. So I got another one of my favorite 11-in-1 screwdrivers. You got a nut driver. It's a ratcheting nut driver. Adjustable wrenches. I usually have 2 or 3 adjustable wrenches, but I think I only have 1. I stole it out of my box. Channel locks. cutters, another nut driver, needle nose pliers, vice grips. These things are old and rusty, but the original vice grips, you can't beat them. I had a Milwaukee vice grips that were going to replace these in my bag, but they ended up breaking. So I threw these back in there because they still work perfect. Wire cutters. So you got all that in that little bag. Keep it all in there. Keep it all from getting rusted, minus the vice grips. Here's what it is. More Allen keys. Wrenches. Another zip tie. I keep my wrenches on a thing. I forget what you call it. We call them, George. Little lanyard, or I don't even know what you call them.
D-ring.
Little D-ring thing. I keep them on there and I keep them in order to where they're easily. Oh, okay. I need a 12. Boom. I need a 14. Boom. I need a 13. Boom. You just roll it over. Drop it. Boom. There you go. That's what you need. Works pretty good that way. These are like the most common sizes. And again, I do the same thing for the 1/2 inch and 3/8 and whatever. Just makes it easy. Plus, you know exactly where you're going with stuff. Like I said, gallon freezer bags. Another zip tie. I got a poncho. It's just for rainy days. Another strap. An extra bracket for my mirrors. Everybody I know said, "Hey man, you're gonna knock the mirrors off first ride." And 800 miles on my buggy now. These mirrors been around the whole way. Still on the factory or same clip, but got that extra just in case. Bungee strap. Never had to use it, but you never know when you do. In my bag. And then I got this as well. This is a Lug Nuts, big stuff, 1 inch. I got this on here. I use this a lot for like changing, if someone has to change the wheels out. I got all the bolts and impact to change the wheel. The only thing I don't have in here that I usually have is some electrical tape. I don't know where that's went. And I usually have a 1/2 inch impact, cordless impact. Same thing, a rigid where it's just same battery, good to go. But other than that, that's pretty much it in our box. It's empty now. And that's what we take with us on a day trip. Now on a weekend trip, we also bring, the full-size toolboxes, jacks, hydraulic jacks and all that, but we load them on the trailer. We don't really take them with us on the trail or anything because that's just a whole bunch of added weight. And most of the time you can limp back to what we got here, you can limp back to the shop, to where we're staying at, to where we can fix it on the trailer at the place or whatever. And yeah, that's pretty much it. And also what I don't show is I'm not the guy that usually takes the spare tires with me. I know I'm gonna say that and regret it now, but I usually leave it back at camp because most of the time you're not that far away to where if you do end up needing a spare tire and you can't fix it with this and all this stuff, you can't get the tire to limp you back in, then your buddy can just go get it. I know it kind of sucks, but we ain't never had a problem doing it that way. And while looking at the bag, found my electrical tape. Boom, there we go. I usually keep a torch in here too, but it's summer. I don't really like having all that heat in the bag, so I pulled it out for the summer and stuff. And yeah, that's it for the bag. But one last thing I'll show you that we like to take with us as well. Got this tool right here. It's Tack Life. Open it up, and it's a jump starter. Turn it on. 85%. It'll jumpstart any buggy out there. I promise you that. It jumpstart cars, trucks, whatever. And you just got all my accessory wires on that stuff. I even got my charge cables for everything else. It's got USB hookups where you can charge your phone. I got power gloves that I use, in the winter, they're heated gloves. And rather than run them to my battery, I just hook them up to this, and with this cable right here, just hook it up through there. Keep my hands nice and toasty in the winter when everybody else is freezing. But yeah, other than that, that's pretty much it, what we bring up with us on a ride. I mean, everybody got the mixture of other stuff to where we can kind of, for the most part, put together whatever we need to put together if something does happen out on the trail. Yeah, that's it. Another thing to do here, and I'm gonna go ahead and put it back in, and now that I got it a lot more organized, everything's gonna fit a lot better. So put this guy over here. We're gonna record it, and then we're gonna do a final weight, because I kind of want to know how much this weighs and how much it adds to my buggy as well. So we're gonna do a final weight. My crazy dog's right there playing. Put this right there. Put another one in there. Still closed. Tape measure right there. Still closed. Tape. I got a bunch of straps. So you kind of want to, when you're packing your buggy or your box back up, you kind of want to leave stuff to where the more common things you use, you can leave them out. And there's my air compressor, PB blaster, flashlight. And then I got all my zip tie bags in the bottom, like right over here, tucked away. I got a couple of loose zip ties as well. I'm gonna throw them where they're grabbing quick, because people always say, hey man, you got a zip tie, you got a zip tie, you got a zip tie? And yes, I do. I ain't gotta tear my box apart to get the more common stuff out. Do a Snatch Block here. Got a little bit more room now. That's what happens when you do a little bit more organizing. I bet there's a couple YouTubers out there saying, it all ain't gonna fit, it all ain't gonna fit, it all ain't gonna fit. Well, yes it is. I got more room now than I did before. And the belt. Now, in theory, you would want to throw your belt at the bottom, because you really shouldn't use it that much. But it makes it easier to pack this way, where I can get more things to fit, as opposed to the belt being 1.5 inches wide, taking up all kinds of room. Oh, now this might not fit. After I just got to say, no, I can get it all to fit. It might not fit, but I'll set it on top because I would end up getting it to fit on the trail. Throw that on there, and then I'm gonna throw that on top like that. And we'll take a break. I'm gonna go grab my scale and we'll see how much this stuff weighs. Put back on. So y'all think I'm playing games. It's all back in there still. I could probably get that to fit right there if I move that can. No big deal. I usually keep this in the back of my truck when I'm not riding. That's why it's not in there now. Just in case someone in the parking lot or myself needs to jump or something. So we'll go ahead and see how much this weighs. Got my handy dandy scale here. Throw it on here. You ain't gonna be able to see the number right away. You gonna stand right here, George? See, right now upside down. I'm gonna measure it a couple times. 79.6. 79.6 pounds. About 80 pounds. Throw a couple more tools in there, 1/2 inch impact, stuff like that, and good to go. I usually keep a bottle jack in there too. I don't know where it went. Stuff happens. Anyways, so what you want to keep aware of, we're at about 85 pounds with everything in there. So what you want to keep an eye on is your rear load capacity in pounds. It's 300 pounds. We're looking at about 85. We'll call it less than 100 with another cooler if you're going to do a multi-day ride or whatever. So you're looking at less than 100. So you're a third of what this bed can hold. So you're good to go there. I'll throw it in there, center it up, throw a strap over top, strap it down, keeps the lid on, keeps it in place. Good to go. That's pretty much it for this one. Make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe. And we'll see y'all on the next one.